It's John and Rachel, your Jagoff late night, and we are at our new venue, like for reals right now. At
We're not
Alloy
faking
26
anybody out. Yeah.
on the North Shore, which used to be called the North Side, but it is the North Shore now. And we would love for you to come down every Friday around 5 o'clock and have some cocktails and some pizza or snacks, whatever is happening down here.
I love that you up the ante each time. There's
right.
no pizza
Well,
this time.
There
it's
is
like
no
cookies and snacks.
It's the magic of movies. We could throw up a picture of a pizza right now
There you go.
post-production, as they say. Anyways, this is your Jagoff late night, and we encourage you to come and hang out with us every Friday
For happy hour.
Do this right, and
We
then
love
it goes. You watch how it all goes, and then we all watch it. You make your popcorn and watch it at 10 o'clock.
John's bring for his happy hour was Women Who Rock Wine. Holla.
Right. So Melinda Calese, who was just one of our, she was our first guest, first music guest on the new Jagoff late night, and she's coming back. But Women Who Rock is selling their wine over at Pittsburgh City Winery. So super cool.
How about that? August 28th, right?
Yes.
That's when it is.
All right.
What was on the blog, we will tell you. So I'm impressed because I don't normally do this. I came up with a real good one. Smishy Turnpike tolls, right? The only problem, typical Facebook, John had it scheduled, didn't go up for 4 hours. But once it finally got up there, everybody had something to say. Because guess what? People are trying to dupe you, and they're sending text messages saying that you owe money on Turnpike tolls. It's not true. Ignore it, delete it. Do not, by any means, react to it. And so many people were mad. They were actually posting their own and saying, I got this.
Yeah.
How crazy.
How about that?
All right.
And the other blog post we want to highlight is right here at Alloy 26.
How about you outed it? This is hysterical.
Listen,
Okay.
the blog was started by people being inconsiderate to others, and someone was inconsiderate. A group of people were inconsiderate to the cleaning people here. You have to go look at the
There you
picture
go.
that's up right now on the screen, and that people threw their garbage away and let the garbage splash on the wall. There were chopsticks on the floor. Your mother doesn't live here. Clean up after yourself.
Well, your mother shouldn't have
Jagoff.
to do it, though.
Right.
I wanted to correct you on that, which I do so eloquently. But listen, we had two different people literally message us and say, is that this office? Is that this office? Like, they thought it was their own office.
Yeah.
And no, it was here at Alloy, and we were not happy campers. So, yeah, like you said, don't be a Jagoff.
The one thing we have to talk about, I'm the only one that came dressed in picnic wear. Everybody else on the podcast tonight
I'm
is,
in Picklesburg
is dressed up. Me, I have my shorts on, cargo shorts, and a National Comedy Center T-shirt because...
Sun's out, guns out.
Well, that too. National Comedy Center T-shirt out, going on a bus trip out.
We're so excited. So literally a week from tomorrow, Saturday, the 27th, we are taking a very plush, it's an elite coach drive all the way to Jamestown. But it's not all the way because guess what? We're doing it in one day to show you that this is literally a day trip. John time, it's about 2 hours and like 16 minutes, but roughly 2.5 hours. We're going in style. You can actually enter to win. We do have some Pittsburgh media personalities coming with us. It is an after hours, like night at the museum kind of thing, and it's going to be a blast. You get to like figure out your own personality of different comedy and take the tour when nobody else is there.
And have cocktails, and we're going to play some games on the bus on the way up. On the way back, we'll let you sleep, we promise. In the meantime, we have guests tonight. We have Rich Engler. We have Michael Young talking about the big concert. That was
big show.
It was of urban legend when we first went to it. Yes.
Yeah,
and
sure.
So you have to stay tuned for that. And we have a guest, Adam Levine is here, ladies and gentlemen.
The Adam Levine. Also, Melanie Marie Boyer.
You didn't yes and me.
Tressa. Yes, and. All right. Tressa would be proud. And Melanie Marie Boyer, she's the executive director at the Pittsburgh Metropolitan area, Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. We've been friends with her for quite a few years, but we have not caught up. So we have all of that coming at you. It's going to be a busy weekend. We hope we see you at Picklesburg also. Stay with us. First up, Mitch Minutes.
Well, the cup pepperoni has that grease in it. It's just delicious. I think it's just, isn't it how it cooks? Is it a difference in style pepperoni? I didn't know. I just thought it's how it cooks. I don't know. I used to work in a pizza place back in high school. I used to make pizzas and hoagies. The pizza's hard to make, to throw it up and catch it. That's really hard to do. I could never master that. Am I an attorney and live in Pittsburgh? I mean, who doesn't like pizza? Well, forget about them. But yeah, I like pizza. I love pizza. You want me to, I am not a pizza expert. I know what I like. Everybody has their own. And I noticed that people tend to like kind of their geographical area, hotspot pizza area, right? Like Squirrel Hill, everybody loves Minio's, right? Although you got Minio's, Aiello's, Napoli's, right? And I've eaten all of them and more, And you go to Forest Hills, you've got on Ardmore Boulevard, Vincent's, pizza pie, God rest his soul, which I ate there too. And then you go down to Dormont area, Banksville area, you got Fiore's, right? Then you got Beato's on Banksville Road. I mean, there's just so many. And then you got Slice on Broadway. I mean, there's what's the Caliente's Pizza? Where do you go? Just look in pizza, go through it all. I mean, maybe we should just do a taste one day and go to every one of them. Just have one slice every one. So, they're all very good. They all have their own distinct flavor. They're all distinct taste. And, sometimes you're in the mood for one, sometimes you're in the mood for the other, sometimes it's where you're close. I think people are more particular about what they put on it, right? Some people, put pineapple on their pizza. I do not.
Welcome to Fernandez. Can I take your orders?
You need a tap it?
No, we don't use this. We know how to yell the sandwich to cook. Here we go.
Thank you, Tony.
Anytime.
Let's dig in.
It's John and Rachel. We love to dig into iconic Pittsburgh places like Permanis. So we brought our friends from People's Gas. Hey, guys.
Hey, it's that time of year again when homeowners are going to start those outdoor projects. So what we need you to know is please call at least 3 business days before you dig.
It doesn't matter if it's a big project like a pool or a new garage or something small like a mailbox. Always call before you dig. I called. We can dig in.
So please call 811 3 business days before excavating so you don't have to call 911.
I've been thinking that Rohrich Automotive needs a new jingle.
Rohrich Automotive got the best cars around Pittsburgh.
Driving a Rohrich, I bought it at Rohrich. Picked up my new car at Rohrich Automotive. I got friends at Rohrich Automotive where the staff is nice and the dealership's loaded with brand new cars. And you can drive real far.
Mancini's Bakery, 97 years in business and still getting better. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram. That's where you will see various Pittsburgh personalities like Gretchen McKay, Super Bowl MVP Santonio Holmes, KDKA's own Mary Hours, and WPXI's Jenna Harner, learning how to make the famous Italian twist bread. Follow Mancini Bakery on Instagram and Facebook, and remember to ask for Mancini's. It's John and Rachel, your Jagoff Late Night. It is our first full night here at Alloy 26. We're so excited because we get to welcome some really cool guests. You have seen this all around town for the last couple of weeks. This has been happening for quite a few years, and it is for a good reason. What is it that I'm talking about? Well, it is the Celebrity Care Fest, and 2 folks who have been around the city of Pittsburgh forever are behind it, and we want to hear more about it. So
forever
welcome.
Since you were 4.
Since you were young.
Right? Yeah.
Since you were youngsters.
3 actually, yeah.
So welcome, Michael Young and Rich Engler. Thank you so much for coming on. We're so happy to have you.
Our pleasure, for
Yeah.
sure.
Thanks for having us.
So I heard you talking before we even started this. How many years has this been going on?
It's been going on since 2014.
Okay.
But
so
we
this
haven't
is a
done
big
it
year.
every year.
Okay.
And this is our 7th. This will be our 7th one.
Okay.
So we've done 6.
How did it happen? Was it the typical we're sitting around, something needs to be done, what can we do kind of conversation?
It's an interesting question. So what happened was we formed this 501(c), which was called HM3 Partners Independence Fund. And the idea was, hey, let's do something to give back. So we said, hey, a concert would be kind of cool. So we started out in 2014, and we had very small local bands.
Sure.
Well, I don't mean demeaning them, but
No. Compared to what this
band.
is,
Yeah.
we get it.
So
yeah.
Joker Shecky and the House Rockers, Billy
Sure.
Price, Billy Kid and the Regulators. We had a few people around the swimming pool at the house. Made a little money in terms of donations, and we said, hey, let's take it up a notch.
Sure.
Let's try and get bigger. So the next year we brought in Kool and the Gang, and we
Okay.
worked with a promoter out in New Jersey, and it wasn't our type of person, and we said, we want to make this bigger. Who can we get? And this guy, a legend.
And Rich just goes on.
Yeah, guy
Yeah.
they made a movie about, wrote a book about, right? Now, let's take 1 second and pause and say, what is this?
Yeah, what
right?
is the
It
Celebrity
started
Care
as a
Fest?
party around a pool, but this is a unbelievably cool concert that is rural. It's urban legend here in Pittsburgh, and Rachel and I got to experience it a couple years ago. But explain what it is.
Well, it's very hard to explain because it's so magnificent and so incredible and so special. It's like taking an arena-type attraction with all the bells and whistles of an arena and a stadium and stuffing it into somebody's backyard. And so I bring in the biggest mobile stage known to man. It comes in a couple days early, gets everything ready. It's 100 and some feet wide. It is remarkable.
Right.
Every bell, whistle, lasers, fireworks, everything, and that's just the production. Then, now when you come in there, you want to stand right in front of the stage, you got it. You want to stand 10 feet back, 20 feet back, 50 feet back, you got it. Go wherever you want.
The experience,
the experience
level is off the charts, right, Rich?
Oh, yeah, there's nothing like it.
We can attest to that.
You would have
we
to
were
go
there.
to Beverly Hills, Miami, the Hamptons, or something like that. And here we go, Gibsonia, Pine Township, and it's just incredible. The Hamptons from HM3 and Michael Young and his team just have the greatest situation going there, where they put a charity together, the Children's Hospital, UPMC Children's Hospital. The money goes there, and it can't get much better than that. But the experience is absolutely incredible. You come, it's valet parking. There's strolling food stations.
Yes.
You could go around and while you're watching the show, or before or after, and it's just like, I can't believe where I am and what's happening.
It's all decorated nice. It's lit up nice, and the best thing is in over 6 of the events, we've raised over $2 million.
Wow.
I was just
Donated
gonna ask.
to various charities that fit the 3 tenets of HM3 Partners Independence Fund, which are community, country, and caring. And as
Wow.
Rich said, UPMC Children's Hospital Foundation is the exclusive beneficiary for this year's event.
Okay.
And the work that they do with kids is,
Right.
you just can't describe how good it is.
And Michael, we were talking earlier about like the neighborhood. It's in a neighborhood. I know you said we'll talk about the footprint of the yard, but it's in a neighborhood. So all of the neighbors have to buy off on this, right? Because they have to prove that all this craziness is going to happen at their house, not one night like it used to be, now 2 nights.
Well,
Yeah.
3, right? Isn't it really?
There's 3 events.
Yes.
You're right, Rachel. The other event is off-site.
Okay.
It's a celebrity golf
Golf
tournament.
right,
That's
right.
at Treesdale on Thursday.
Okay.
A lot of celebrities. We did one of those tournaments a couple years ago. We do have different beneficiaries for that.
Okay.
We have the Good Fund, which is a fund that's under the HM3 Partners Independence Fund umbrella, and then Jerome Bettis's Bus Stop Pier Foundation,
Great.
and then Michelle. He'll run me over. He's saying Michelle. Mel Blunt's. Not Michelle. I didn't say Michelle. Mel, don't look for me.
He's right behind you.
Yeah. Mel Blunt's Leadership Youth Initiative.
Okay.
That's
Foundation.
wonderful.
Wow.
That's
Wow.
a lot of growth for 7 years of something happening, right?
And for a bunch of old guys just trying to help out, it's
You are
it's a
evergreen.
couple weeks sprint.
And
Rich,
if you don't mind, I wouldn't
sure.
mind if you indulge me for a minute to explain what we experienced. Again, it's been urban legend in Pittsburgh, like what this concert
I
has
forget
always
how
been.
many
you,
years.
you came
And
into
we-
it
Yes.
without knowing, so
Right.
your
And-
perspective is more important than
Right,
ours.
and so we're in this person's yard, which is how big, Michael?
28 acres.
28 acres.
Give or
There's
take an
this
acre.
major stage there, and we're there, and all of a sudden, these people start taking the stage like Earth, Wind, and Fire, and you can stand, as you said, stand way back on the hill and munch as somebody's walking around with appetizers, or go right down in the front of the stage.
You're
like,
so
"These are my
close, you can
heroes."
smell if they had Doritos for appetizers.
That is so
That's
true.
how close you are to it.
Yeah.
It is an amazing. Now the cool thing is that what we're talking about this because people can buy tickets to this right now, right?
Absolutely.
That's the idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
Real simple website, www.hm3.org. And you can find out all the attendance information there.
And now, can someone purchase a ticket for 2 nights, or is it sort of an individual thing?
You can attend either night on its own, or you can do attendance. You can buy a package for both nights.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, Rich, I'm going to give you the honor of talking about this little bit of entertainment that we can expect in this great backyard. I mean, it's jaw-dropping.
It doesn't start overnight. I started last November.
Oh, wow.
To put this together.
Okay.
And we go through a gigantic roster of possibilities, and then we whittle it down to the best wish list possible, and I go after these artists, and I negotiate and negotiate and negotiate, and finally, here we go on Friday night. Pat Benatar, Neil Giraldo, and her band, and that's going to be absolutely insane. And Bill Cower's wife, Queen V, will be opening and doing a great show as well. So that's super. Then night number 2, whenever I say legend, that doesn't do enough for Smokey Robinson.
Yeah.
Insane that we were able to nail him down and talk him into this thing, and we're just so proud of it. And we have another surprise attraction that you have to go to HM3.org, and you're going to go, what? What?
The promoter of all promoters,
enlarge that. What?
Plus, we have a really cool artist that's opening on Saturday night. Before Smokey.
Indeed.
BK Jackson.
Okay.
Amazing saxophone player, and he's got kind of a video show that goes with it. And I think guests that are coming early are really going to have a great treat on that as well.
And so what time can people get there? Is this one of those things where, like, you need to show up early, or like you said, it's pretty casual where you show up and there's so many things happening that it's okay,
I would show up early just because it's the experience of it.
Sure.
The gates open at 5:30.
Okay.
And now the show is shorter on Friday, so there's no food service on Friday, but it's complete bar service.
Sure.
And by the way, VIP passes for both nights get you an open bar down right by the stage, so you don't even have to leave the stage area. It's kind of like your own private mosh pit.
Wow.
Both nights if you want to do that, and you have an open bar. But the gates open at 5:30. But I would urge people to come. We do have parking off-site. We have limo shuttle buses that run from Pine Richland High School, which is about a mile away, to the property, and they'll run all night for people whenever they want to get here and whenever they want to leave. But you don't want to leave. Right. And you don't want to leave on Saturday night because there's a huge Zambelli fireworks finale at the end of the show.
Yeah. You know Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Now, is that you're doing, Rich, or no? That was something that you guys sort of added.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a kind of a tradition.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I have to ask, have you worked with these folks before? Have you brought Pat Benatar?
Yeah, I worked for Pat from the very beginning in the 70s whenever she came out with all of her hits, and I worked over the years with them, and Smokey also had down at the Stanley Theater and the Icy Light Amphitheater and Star Lake and everywhere.
Well, Rich, it's funny. A friend of mine, Billy Mancini, whose dad owned a bar in McKees Rocks for years, he tells the story all the time how this woman, Pat Benatar, played at Mancini's, and he drove her to the airport or to the bus station, whatever it was, to go home in his dad's Cadillac, and she said, someday I'm going to own one of these kind of cars.
Oh, that's such a good story. Look at
That's
John,
a true story.
Yeah.
I had that show.
Probably on several now.
Yeah.
Wow.
So how crazy is that, you know?
Does it ever get old for you? Is it still the amazing piece
No,
where it's like, and these are great guys who are your friends that you get to do this with?
And especially this one because it's so close to the heart because of the charity. But
of course.
I produce every one of these shows. It's like my first and my last.
Yeah.
What's fun is watching him, what I call game day.
Do his thing, right?
Day of the concert, man, he's in a zone.
Yeah.
He's got it down.
I'm sure.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm sure. And Michael, same to you, because you are certainly a staple here in Pittsburgh. So, we have to say kudos and thank you, because there are so many nonprofits. There are so many things that people are asking for, but who doesn't want to help Children's Hospital, especially? And for a cause like this, where you're trying to keep it going year after year and make it an experience. It's the double dip, right?
And that's what it is. You said it, Rachel. It's where people can come out and have experience of a lifetime.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to see this in, you can go to a lot of great concerts, have a lot of great entertainment, but seeing something like this and experience it is once in a lifetime. And then be able to walk out of there and say, you know what, my ticket, what I spent on drinks tonight, what I spent in the silent auction, it's all going for a good cause.
And that's something.
I'm helping
That's
kids.
a good point.
Yeah.
You're having fun and helping kids. It doesn't get any better than that.
That's kind of something that Rachel talks about all the time, in that you're going to have a good time, and we kind of catch them fundraising right at this point. We throw such a good party that they just want to go,
Yeah,
and
it's
here we are.
just-
Oh, by the way, we're fundraising at
It's
this
natural,
point.
yeah.
It's just
And
a
a
good
lot
time.
of the same people that have gone have come back again. We have a lot of the same sponsors that have sponsored many of these events before, and they come back again, all for that reason. Know it's going to a good cause, and they know they're going to have a great time. They know the guests that are coming are going to have a great time as well.
That's awesome.
Jeez,
Kudos to you
man.
guys. One more time, what is the website so that people can go purchase tickets?
HM3.org,
Mm-hmm.
HM and the number 3.org.
Or is there still availability for the golf outing as well, or is that done?
Yes,
Okay.
there is.
Okay.
There's still some slots left on that. That was selling really good.
Okay.
And there's still tickets. I mean, we can accommodate up to 3,000 or 4,000 people on the grounds.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
And that's July 25th, 26th, 27th.
Golf outing's the 25th.
Yep.
And then Friday night and Saturday night, 2 nights of Celebrity Care Fest.
I mean, you will see a couple of Jags. I'm not gonna lie, right?
But we love Jags.
Right,
For
and
sure.
the term of endearment kind.
The term of endearment is right,
We
that's
have to
right.
thank Rhonda Zigarelli for plugging us
Yes,
into you guys.
for
And,
sure. Rhonda's
Rich, we've
also
had
a
you on
gem.
video. We've even got a parking ticket in Swickley when we were shooting a video with you. And you tried to overrule the lady. You're like,
did.
I'm Rich Engler. And
He's the mayor of Swickley, yeah.
Oh, he is. Yes.
But we always appreciate it. Michael, you were around when your Jagoff first started, and here we are. We're still kicking it here. And,
It is. And by the way, I have something for your...
Yes,
Junk
it's time
drawer.
for the
Junk
junk drawer.
drawer.
That's
John,
right.
John and Rachel, we haven't known each other that long, but
Yeah.
John and I have known each other back to our
I'm
KDK
sorry.
days.
Yeah.
So what I got, John, is
Oh, my
God.
Here, I'll
a
show it up
CD
here.
of the KDK anniversary broadcast. That's the 80th anniversary. It was of the original broadcast, which took place over 100 years ago.
Oh, my God.
And that was an hour broadcast that aired. It's a CD of it. So
We love
put it
this,
in your
yeah.
junk drawer, and every once in a while, take the cellophane off it. And
Yeah, see,
pop
that's
it
what
in
I
the
don't.
CD
I don't
player.
want to take the cellophane
won't.
off. As a
Yeah,
matter
he
of fact,
If you
absolutely
have a
won't.
CD player still.
Now, you guys, part of our tradition that you don't know is we have a question of the day. Everybody gets the same question on the podcast. It kind of brings everybody back together again, right? So, Rach.
Yeah,
go
so it's
for
always
it.
very simple. It's nothing you have to really think about. We sort of did this on Bridging the Gap before with my dad and Byron, if you
All
remember.
right.
But ours is the question of the day. What is the one ticket that you held on to? Any concert, any game, anything like that. But you know that if you go into your house, you still have that ticket.
Whoa.
You have a ton of them, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Do you have a
Yes.
drawer
He has
full?
no tickets. He
Wait.
has bought one.
It's got wallpaper.
I literally have 1,000 tickets.
Oh, my God, Rich.
And I did 6,000 shows. So probably my favorite is probably Bob Marley of his final show, September 23rd, 1980.
You've talked about that, yeah.
And Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA from Three Rivers Stadium, 65,000 people.
Wow. I mean, Michael, can you tell that? Do you have wallpaper?
He's like, I have
of
the
your
Osmond
tickets?
brothers.
I got wallpaper. I actually have ticket stubs. Rich could come in with his tickets and wallpaper my own house.
But do you have one that's just near and dear to
Yeah,
you?
you know, I was fortunate enough when because I worked for CBS for a lot of years.
Sure.
We went to a lot of Super Bowls, and so from 1987 to 1992, I went to every Super Bowl.
Wow.
So I have the ticket from the first one I went in 1987, which was out in Minneapolis, which was ironic because it was probably like 5 degrees out everywhere. Everybody was traveling underground, and yet we had a little bit of a in stadium or dome for the actual game.
See, it's a good memory sake because it does take you back to that time.
Well, that's what this is.
So
This is
momentous,
making memories.
for sure.
And I guarantee anybody that shows up for Celebrity Care Fest, if you've never been there, it'll make a memory.
You are not kidding.
100%. You will see. I've never been to anything like it. Absolutely.
Thank
And again, it's raising money, so and all put on
No,
by you
kudos
guys. And
to
your
you
It's
team.
guys,
like
for real.
Coachella in a small way.
I was going to
Yeah.
say that, Rich. It is.
It's that
So
kind
now
of
we can
a
say we're going to
classy-
Coachella.
It's a classy event.
Yeah.
Can you imagine doing this 10 years ago with technology now? To like how fast
Crazy.
technology is? Get the stage up,
Crazy.
all that stuff. It's crazy. Well, guys, one
Thank
more
you so
time. The
much.
website.
HM3.org. HM3.org.
If you guys see us there, make sure you buy us a drink. Get the full bar thing so you can buy us a drink.
There you go. We'll allow that to happen.
Thank you both for being here. Next up, we get to chat with Melanie, and we need to catch up with her. Stay with us on your Jagoff Late Night.
Welcome to Hispanic. Can I take your orders?
You need a tap it?
No, we don't use this. We know how to yell the sandwich to the cook. Here we go.
Thank you, Tony.
Anytime.
Dig in.
It's John and Rachel. We love to dig into iconic Pittsburgh places like Permanis. So we brought our friends from People's Gas. Hey, guys.
Hey, it's that time of year again when homeowners are going to start those outdoor projects. So what we need you to know is please call at least 3 business days before you dig.
It doesn't matter if it's a big project like a pool or a new garage or something small like a mailbox, always call before you dig. I called, we can dig in.
So please call 811 3 business days before excavating so you don't have to call 911.
PittsburghUsedCars.com. With hundreds of used cars across 8 dealerships throughout the city, we provide the greater Pittsburgh area with a premium used car buying experience. Looking for unbeatable pricing on some of the best used cars in Pittsburgh? Visit Pittsburgh Used Cars Clearance Zone today. We're providing out-the-door pricing on all of our clearance zone inventory. PittsburghUsedCars.com.
If folks at home were thinking, oh, okay, what are some, there are like reasons why these combinations work? Like what made you say, okay, you know, or even if you're doing the spicy one, and of course you're doing sort of spicy, but what made you think tomato basil will go with the spice?
You know, California's the left coast. It's kind of crazy out there. You know, a little bit of spice things up a little bit. They're hot, right? So let's make that a little bit spicy.
Yeah.
I think Swiss and garlic just go hand in hand. To me, I always like a little bit of garlic with anything Swiss cheese flavored. So, you know, that's why I put the Swiss cheese on the garlic. And really with that olive, we just wanted something that was going to be ooey gooey and just that cheese melting and strung out.
It's
John and Rachel, your Jagoff Late Night.
We did that almost in harmony.
No, I know. Right. Anyway, we just came out of our Jeet Jet segment, one of our favorite segments, and it has a Picklesburg theme. That's why we're wearing green tonight, because it is Picklesburg in our city.
And
super
one more
excited.
time, I'm disclaiming that I'm dressed so slovenly because we're working Picklesburg.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Yeah, and shout out to Jenny Lee because you need to try the sandwich.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And shout out to the fact that I have not talked to Melanie in how long? Has it been a year? Well, we just established that we talked in January, but we were talking very like social kind of stuff, but we have not caught up on all the amazing things that you are doing here as the executive director.
Can we recap the last time we met though?
Okay.
We were at lunch. And you brought your beautiful son.
Loved him.
Oh
and
my
the
gosh.
next thing you know, it was like, nothing against
with
the
kids,
restaurant.
you never know what's going to happen.
You
never know.
And you were so apologetic. We're like, we get it. We completely understand. So
and then we just pick up like nothing, right?
Yes.
Like that's business.
We're like a soap opera, right? We just know. We didn't watch it for 3 months, but we know what Carrie Ann and Tony are doing. Right?
Like a novela. Like a novela.
I
right?
love it. There we go. So if you're not familiar with Melanie, I don't know where you live, but she is, again, the executive director of Pittsburgh Metropolitan Area Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. How long have you been doing that?
Oh my gosh, no one ever asked me that. Wow. I
Check
think
your LinkedIn profile.
I know. Look at my LinkedIn. No, it's probably about 4.5, 5 years.
I was going to say 5 years. Okay.
So it's kind of weird because my mom got into the chamber when she was pregnant with me. So I always say that I'm a chamber baby.
Aww.
However, in terms of leadership and things, I'd say about 4 to 5 years.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Wow. And look at the growth, right?
It has flown by and we've done so many things. It's kind of hard to believe,
done so many
right?
things. And so what we could say is if you're on social media, you're certainly seeing that Melanie does so many social things. And one thing that drives John and I crazy is when people come up to us and go, oh my God, you have the best job. We absolutely love our job. There's no question. But it is not easy. And same with you. You are not attending parties to go have the newest drink and to wear the newest clothes. You are going with the specific need of getting people to become more aware of what you're doing.
I'm so glad you said that, because I think what a lot of people don't realize is we don't really own ourselves in those situations. You know, I'm there to represent the community, to see what connections we can make to move things forward, specifically for our members, for the community, for the region. I'm not there to just have a good time. So it looks very different than if I'm going to go to a party by myself. If you know, you know. But but that doesn't happen, you know. It's always business.
Yeah.
But let's throw out some statistics before people say like, well, I want to go do something else right now. I don't want to listen to No, keep them here because your job is so important, because Pittsburgh is a growing population in one sense of the word. Right? For you.
Oh, absolutely. So from 2010 to 2018, the Hispanic population grew 170% here in Pittsburgh. Now, you know that before we didn't have any specific region where Latinos were, but now you can go to Coraopolis, you can go to Beachview, and you really feel immersed in culture. There's amazing food, music, all of the things. And it's so nice because people feel at home now. They finally feel like they have somewhere where they can belong, and we're losing less Latinos than we were before, because people would come here and say, where do I fit in? I don't hear my language. I don't, have my food. So finally people can feel like they have a home.
And you have educated us over the years as far as Latino is not just Latino, right? That's like saying Caucasian, but that's German, that's Irish, that's English, British, all that kind of stuff.
You've never done that.
So
I love that comparison. Yes.
So the idea is that Latino there's so many different factions of Latino for food, for language, for culture, and we learned that through you.
Thank you. And I wish that more people knew. As we always talk about, things like this are so important to get the word out. And especially with the way that the economic numbers are changing, the way the population numbers are changing. If you aren't working with Latinos, you will statistically never reach your full potential, and less so all the time.
How about that?
Crazy,
the
right?
things you learn. So what is it that you are sort of focused on now? Because as we said, you're constantly looking at something new. Last time we caught up with you, we were going to a restaurant actually, so that we could learn, in that particular area, what are some resources? What are some things that are coming up? And like you said, it was the Beachview area. What is something that you're focused on now? Because I would assume, just like any nonprofit, you are sort of like looking for a new thing to concentrate on.
Up, right?
Yes, Hispanic Heritage Month is coming up, which is great for awareness. I go to a lot of companies and I speak to their EBRGs, I speak to their employees and educate them, kind of like, things that we've done in the past. But also, we've got a lot of new programs and grants coming up. I am really excited. It's about to launch. We've got a technical assistance grant that we got from the state of Pennsylvania and the CDFI network, where we're going to be able to give Hispanic actually just minority business owners or anyone in a hub zone technical assistance. So one-on-one assistance, courses, etc., all these different things. We're even creating AI chatbots to help with different areas like HR, securing a loan. So 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you can get on our website as a member and have assistance in any of these areas for as long as you want. Imagine how many employees that would take to help that many people do that many things. So
what
we're
a resource.
Super pumped about it.
Yeah. And you know what, let me backtrack real quickly just before we move on from that. When you say to be part of the chamber, is that open to everybody, correct?
Oh, you do not need to be Hispanic, Latino, or anything else to be a part of the chamber.
Right.
So it's not just about creating opportunities for Hispanics, but it's about making everyone work together for a better region for all.
That's so well. It's like we've asked this before.
Right,
She's
right.
So, she's like on point.
This is the other comment I think I come up with every time, is that Pittsburgh has always said we're the melting pot. We are the melting pot. But I don't think as a Pittsburgher, even myself, we've ever taken the time to learn about other cultures.
Yeah.
And so we see the people on the street. We know we're a melting pot, but we don't understand. When they all came from other places like Europe, the Polish folks gathered in one area, right? And we have Polish Hill. We have all these different places. So I think it's cool that you're able to take this on, as far as, while business development is really what the meat of the order is for you, at least educating people like us, like the culture here, and how to be more welcoming, or at least educated as far as what is culture, right?
Oh, absolutely. Well, and two, we are Pittsburgh. We're all Pittsburgh, right? And looking at someone and saying, okay, what do we have in common? But also, what do we have different? Because I think that that's what makes us beautiful. So Latin music, as you know, is kind of starting to come out. We have a lot of mainstream songs now that have Spanish music in them. We have Latin artists coming to Pittsburgh, which may or may not have been talked about earlier today.
Very good teaser.
Yeah, right.
And it's amazing
what a crazy
because
dog.
I don't know.
No more teasers.
But it's just amazing because Hispanic music is not just Hispanic music anymore. It's American music. It's worldly music. And everyone likes to shake their hips a little bit. Everyone likes to eat good food. But when we sit down and we learn about each other, and when we say, where are you from? Where are you from? Each of the South American and Central American and also Spain, European countries, we have so many different things to offer. And when you sit down and ask questions and try the food, we might all have arepas. I'm just going to say Colombia might be the best, or it's debatable, but we all have some of the same dishes, but they're different in every country. There are all these little intricacies. Like, we could go on all day about all the different exciting things, but at the end of the day, I think it's our differences that make us the most beautiful.
If someone's trying to learn about the Latino culture, can they still go to your website to just find out recommendations for food, restaurants, and things like that?
Absolutely.
I know you don't do restaurant reviews.
Well, and I was just going to say, it's not a review, but it's suggestions to kind of help.
That's an idea. Oh, we should do that together.
I mean, we're in. We have no problem eating.
I'm in. Restaurant reviews,
Done.
We're in.
There you go.
You heard it. No, but... Yeah, you can go to our website, but I would recommend the social media, right? Like, we're always there. We're always promoting our businesses anytime there's a deal. And if you're a member of the Hispanic Chamber, you can get discounts. So there's all kinds of things. But also, we have our Hispanic Heritage Festival coming up. We have nothing official on the books yet. We are confirming the date. But last year, we had it at the Heinz History Center, which was wonderful. So we're looking forward to hopefully having that there again, which is amazing because you get this history of Pittsburgh, and then you bring Latinos in, and we can go through the whole facility. But we also have tons of cultural performances, food. Last year, all of our vendors sold out of food within the last 10 minutes. So it was perfect timing. So you could get food, but also they sold everything. We had 60 vendors. It was 8 or 9 cultural performances in the main space throughout the day. It was really beautiful. And I don't know, have you guys seen the Brazilian dancers with the big?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, they're always there. Luciana Brusi, that's her group. They are tremendous. I need to get one of those.
I would love one.
We should do a show just for that.
We could put it out the sunroof of my car as we drive.
I don't know. I feel like we should do it in here.
This
is a great space.
The Alloy 26 space is conducive to that. There's no doubt.
So, Melanie,
about
for people who don't know, what is your website so that they can come check out all the resources?
So it's pmahcc.org. But if you can't remember that, you can just look up Hispanic Chamber of Commerce,
It'll pop
Pittsburgh.
right up.
It'll come up everywhere. But we're really active on Facebook. And if anyone wants to reach out, that's probably the best place.
Awesome. There you go. Did you bring us a junk drawer gift?
Oh, my gosh, I did. But it's over in my purse.
Oh, God.
Oh, all right. Well,
Monica's on it.
Monica's
I'll ask you the question
Monica,
of the day.
I have the
we'll
beautiful...
go through your purse. In the meantime, we'll ask you...
This is the part of the show
We'll
where
ask
we
you our
have our
question of the
production
day.
team go through purses.
Well, and it's my purse is Colombian flag yellow.
Oh,
so
of course it is.
stands
Of course
out.
it is. Yeah,
But we'll
there you
ask you
go.
the question of the day.
Is there a ticket that you remember that you have held on to from a sport or a concert that you're like, oh, I still have this ticket? What is it?
Oh, it's Good Charlotte. It was my first
get out.
concert. So it was Good Charlotte. They were at Metropol, actually.
Oh, my gosh.
So guess what? This is such a funny story. Oh, I've never talked about this anywhere. This is so
Breaking
different.
news.
So
Bumper.
it was my first concert. They weren't famous at all. They were extremely small. No one knew who they were. And we got really excited. We somehow ended up running into their manager. I was 14. And my dad also talked to their manager. And somehow we just kept up this thing. And we started a website. We're talking 13, 14 years old. The Good Charlotte Girls, well, they contacted us and said, you can't use that name because that name is already taken. So the Good Charlotte Girls of Pennsylvania something happened, and they called us and they said, will you be the Good Charlotte Girls of Pennsylvania? So we got to be the official Good Charlotte Girls of Pennsylvania. When they blew up, they were touring with Newfound Glory, MXPX, and Green Day, and we got to interview them next time. And AP Magazine, which I don't know if it's still big, but it used to be, ran our interview. I'm 14 years old, backstage with Green Day, all these. It was amazing. So I kept that ticket, and that ticket actually, it really changed a lot of things. I started promoting local bands. I was really into music before. I used to sing professionally. No one knows these things. This is
all right. Go in your bag. Give us your. We could continue to have this conversation. We're gonna go do karaoke at some point.
So for our junk drawer,
gift,
which we've moved to this current location.
Yes. And now we're looking through the bag.
U-Haul.
Uh-oh.
Okay, well, you can't have my purse. It's okay, so it also comes with this really cute little white spoon that I'm not finding in the purse. However, here's what we have for the junk drawer.
While you explain it.
So that is arequipitos, is what I call it, or arequipe. It is a Colombian dessert. Oh, I found it. And it comes with this little tiny adorable spoon.
And so for those listening on the radio, this is like a shot glass, a little bit bigger than a shot glass. And it's almost like a pudding type container with the foil top.
So the way that I would describe it, it is condensed milk based. It is almost like a caramel or caramel, however you prefer to say it. And it is a very smooth consistency. It is absolutely delicious. It's my favorite. Sometimes you can get it in Miami, New York, but it's not fresh, right? So this is straight from Colombia. It's by a company called Colombina, which is Colombian, and their logo is the Andes Mountains from Colombia. Guys,
fresh out of Melanie's purse.
This is my favorite dessert. It is
I love it.
For your information, the last one, and I hope you know how much I love you that I brought it, because I don't even share it with my kids.
Wait, and what do you call it again?
Arequipe, or arequipitos is what I call it.
So arequipitos shots.
Yes.
John cannot say that. Shots. Melanie, it is always a pleasure to have you on, Jagoff. Thank you so much. We can't wait to hear the plans for the whole month about you. 2 months, really, right?
Oh, we get all of them. I mean, I celebrate myself every month.
We love it.
Hispanic Heritage Month is September 15th to October 15th.
Love it. Nice. Thank you so much. And next up, we're going to chat it up with Adam Levine. For real.
I've been thinking that Rohrich Automotive needs a new jingle.
Rohrich Automotive got the best cars around Pittsburgh.
Driving a Rohrich, I bought it at Rohrich. Picked up my new car at Rohrich Automotive. I got friends at Rohrich Automotive where the staff is nice and the dealership's loaded with brand new cars. And you can drive real far.
Mancini's Bakery, 97 years in business and still getting better. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and Instagram. That's where you will see various Pittsburgh personalities like Gretchen McKay, Super Bowl MVP Santonio Holmes, KDKA's own Mary Hours, and WPXI's Jenna Harner, learning how to make the famous Italian twist bread. Follow Mancini Bakery on Instagram and Facebook, and remember to ask for Mancini's.
Welcome to Fanatic. Can I take your orders?
You need a tap it?
No, we don't use this. We know how to yell the sandwich to cook. Here we go.
Thank you, Tony.
Anytime.
Let's dig in.
It's John and Rachel. We love to dig into iconic Pittsburgh places like Permanis. So we brought our friends from People's Gas. Hey, guys.
Hey, it's that time of year again when homeowners are going to start those outdoor projects. So what we need you to know is please call at least 3 business days before you dig.
It doesn't matter if it's a big project like a pool or a new garage or something small like a mailbox. Always call before you dig.
I called. We can dig in.
So please call 811 3 business days before excavating so you don't have to call 911.
So what territory are we on right now?
We are on the Eliza Furnace segment of the trail. It extends from sort of the border of Hazelwood along 2nd Ave all the way down to the point you can get here, as well as across the Hot Metal Bridge to Baldwin to the south side. Really, once you're on our network, you can access the whole system, get around a lot of the county, and also access other trails as well. That's not even mentioning the Three Rivers Water Trail as well, which is a system of non-motorized boat launches for canoes and kayaks. So we've got land covered on the riverfront. We've got the rivers covered on the riverfront. We're doing a lot.
John and Rachel, you Jagoff late night. John's eating caramel out of a can.
We are eating.
It's not even a
this.
can. It's a little
what
tube.
Melanie gave us.
It's
It is so good.
Mm-hmm. It's caramel. It's phenomenal.
All right.
John said it was like Nutella.
Yeah.
Did you check out the Where You At with Tressa? There's a part 1 and a part 2 of the Three Rivers. What is that? Heritage Trail. And it was fantastic. It was really interesting to see. I was so glad whenever she said she was going to do that. Check out our Where You At. It's unique neighborhoods, unique places in Pittsburgh that we get to go behind the scenes.
If you have places that you want us to go to, like, you know, the Barbie fence in Polish Hill, any place like that in your neighborhood, little micro neighborhood things, tell us. We will send
You know what
some
else is really
Jagbaggers.
unique? That we're talking to Adam Levine.
All right. Cue the camera
How about
shot.
that email?
Yeah.
Hey, it's Adam Levine. I was like, what's up, Adam? Remember that time?
What's crazy is that I'm sure you get mistaken by name by him, but sometimes when I don't have a shirt on, I'm cutting the grass, I get mistaken for him physically.
It's the tattoos.
Yes.
That's what it is.
I sit on my motorcycle, and they're like, dude, it's him.
Mm-hmm.
Adam, we're so excited because you reached out via Instagram. We were glad that you followed up with Tracy, and here you are. And I love that you are very chill. You show up in the north side, you like are on some kind of motor vehicle, you come in, you snack. When did your music career start? And is that what you do all the time?
Oh man, I wish. I started playing and performing out really, I guess technically in high school.
Okay.
I had like a lot of people that still play music. I guess I started out with a high school band. We wanted to be like the next Blink 182.
Okay.
Basically. That was the thing we were going for at the time. But really around here, like going out and kind of doing my own thing, probably around 2012, 2013.
Oh, okay.
So it's been over 10 years. Yeah.
You don't look like.
Oh, well, I
Seriously.
appreciate that. Yeah, I'm 35. I'm an 89 birthday.
Oh, well, I'm a bicentennial baby.
There we
so
go.
now there we go. Yeah, it's my pickup line. Anyway, and so you've been doing that, what you love then, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What types of places do you play?
So I'm just getting back into music after actually a couple years away. And so recently I've played shows at Mr. Small's up in the Funhouse, a smaller stage, but I love that space. Most of the places that I have played recently have been in that room doing the open mic every Monday night.
Oh, yeah.
So the
Liz talked
acoustic
about
cafe
that when
thing.
we were there.
Yeah.
I've never been. That's awesome.
I played Millville Music Festival. I was just a spectator for Northside Music Festival this year, but I had played.
How was it? Was it great?
Yeah.
I bet.
Awesome. And it's like if you're willing to stick the heat out, which like, at this point in the year, I just deal with it. I've
You're gonna
acclimated.
sweat wherever.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I can sweat in a 60-degree room sitting still. I'm probably.
Oh,
Gonna
you're
start
going through
sweating while
menopause
sitting-
too?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just always been this way.
No, it's so true though, and
Yeah,
it's a great
absolutely.
testament to our city that we have these musical events.
Absolutely,
You know?
absolutely.
Do you
Well,
like a venue like Mr. Small's, or do you like that sort of outside, gamey kind of feel that gets energized?
I think I've played more inside than I have played outdoors.
Okay.
Right? And I love music festivals in general. I've been to Bonnaroo. I've been to Firefly, which I think has stopped happening now a couple of times. And I love that environment, that whole atmosphere it's cultivated there. Like it feels like you're in a little camping community, and then you've got
Yeah.
the music that everyone's psyched up for. So to me, like all of those feelings and that kind of like summer, it's just vacation time, we're all having a great time vibe, I associate with playing outdoors. And so I think the outdoor shows that I have played, I've really, really enjoyed. Not that I don't like the indoor spots.
But not to pitch you what Michael and Rich Engler were talking about. It is one of those things that just like, wait, this is happening in somebody's
Experiential.
yard.
Yes.
Now, it's not a typical yard. I
Right,
mean,
right.
yeah. But the fact that it's in a neighborhood and you're like, this is crazy. It is such an odd experience, but a very positive experience. Like,
Absolutely.
So anybody listening, go hang out with Adam and John and Rachel and Monica and Johnny and Michaela, and let's all go.
There you go.
Yeah. So anyway.
one of your favorite places to perform? You said Mr. Smalls.
Yeah. Smalls Funhouse is fantastic. I've played at Club Cafe a couple times too, which I have always enjoyed that space. honestly, it's anywhere that there's someone that wants to listen and like maybe dance a little bit to the music.
We say all the time, the music scene has changed so much. Literally, if you have some coffee or a couple beers, you can have a performer, and it's a party. There
Absolutely.
You go. Where can everybody find you and follow you?
So right now, I am writing and producing and performing music as Aliquid Novi, and it sounds weird, the words, but it's just Aliquid Novi.
Yes.
And so you can, it's Aliquid Novi, which I have a friend who's a musician who I may very well send this video to when it's posted, who would be all over me because he took Latin classes in school. And it's a very poor translation of something new.
Yeah.
And it's not, it doesn't actually mean that, but that's what it means to me.
Okay.
And
I wonder if
so,
you ever had the caramel in a cup. Like
yeah, well, so you've placed this here just tantalizingly out of my reach.
I mean, you could get another spoon. That's the way we roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see what I can do. It's like a delicious little pudding cup.
It is.
Caramel.
It's amazing.
It's
now, did you bring us a junk drawer gift?
I did.
Okay.
Hey,
so while you're doing that, we're gonna ask you the question of the day, which is there a ticket that you have held on to a concert or a game or something momentous?
Yes, there are several such things, but it's not because of me. It's my wife. She is the like memento collector.
Okay.
For sure, of the two of us. And I think, we'll type it because you Jagoff, right? We got to talk Pittsburgh.
Sure.
The Pirates. Her and I were we were just dating then, but we were at the 2013 wild card game against the Reds when Johnny Cueto gave up a home run, then dropped the ball on the mound, and then gave up another home run. It was Russell Martin and Marlon Byrd, I think, back to back. But we were at that game. We were all the way up in the nosebleeds by the press boxes. And she's got the tickets for those stashed away in her.
I love that.
That's pretty awesome. I was outside on the bridge for that thing. Listen to everybody.
Oh, really?
cheer.
See,
Yeah,
that's where I
great.
bought my tickets that day. Was outside on the bridge.
have
I didn't
There
have
you go.
them going into it.
What do you have the junk drawer?
Okay.
Here, I'll show it.
Yeah,
while
absolutely.
You
Here you
describe
go. So it's a little spaceman. And so if you look at the Aliquid Novi Instagram, aliquid.novi, my music page, has a little green spaceman that looks just like this guy. When I was a kid growing up, I spent a lot of time at my grandparents' house. It was one of my favorite places to have a sleepover, and play with all the toys and everything. And they had these, whatever these are, I don't even remember. They had these little space guys as part of a Lego and like Duplo blocks thing.
Okay.
And if you don't know me well, but we're getting to know each other, I love adventure. I love to get out in the world and just experience things. And something about this little green space guy that I played with when I was a kid, like, is stuck in my head as like a nice symbol of that.
I love it. And now we get to toss it in our drawer.
Yeah, and so I lost him. That was the thing. I was given the original guy, and I took him with me somewhere, and I lost him one day. And then one day we found them on eBay, and the guy that sold me the green one sent 2 more, and that's where these extra.
Nice.
That is awesome.
It'll be safe forever in our junk drawer.
Exactly. And I have another one that's still in the junk drawer. This is one of 3.
Oh my God! And we get to keep it.
Yeah, absolutely.
412 Do's are next, but you're going to set up and sing while we watch the 412 Do's from
Jared.
Welcome to Flanagan. I take your orders.
You need a tap it?
No, we don't use this. We know how to yell the sandwich to the cook. Here we go.
Thank you, Tony.
Anytime.
Dig in.
It's John and Rachel. We love to dig into iconic Pittsburgh places like Permanis. So we brought our friends from People's Gas. Hey, guys.
Hey, it's that time of year again when homeowners are going to start those outdoor projects. So what we need you to know is please call at least 3 business days before you dig.
It doesn't matter if it's a big project like a pool or a new garage or something small like a mailbox. Always call before you dig.
I called. We can dig in.
So please call 811 3 business days before excavating so you don't have to call 911.
PittsburghUsedCars.com. With hundreds of used cars across 8 dealerships throughout the city, we provide the greater Pittsburgh area with a premium used car buying experience. Looking for unbeatable pricing on some of the best used cars in Pittsburgh? Visit Pittsburgh Used Cars Clearance Zone today. We're providing out-the-door pricing on all of our clearance zone inventory. PittsburghUsedCars.com.
Hi everyone, this is Jared Bundy from Visit Pittsburgh, and I'm back with some 412 do's for this very, very exciting weekend. Let's jump right into it. Of course, probably topping your list this weekend is Picklesburg, right? Everyone's talking about it. Downtown will shut down because of just how busy this amazing event will be. You can find out all of this great information on our website to learn more, but I'm going to give you my Picklesburg tips just to start us off, and that's go with the group, go early, and divide and conquer. Go and find the specific things you all want to try. Last year, I was in charge of getting the pickle tea from Turner's, and then meet back as a group, usually by where the concerts are as a great meeting point, and enjoy your Picklesburg feast right there. So hopefully you get to take advantage of that, and I'll see you posing under the giant Picklesburg balloon. But that's not all happening in Pittsburgh this weekend. There's a lot of things going on, celebrating the outdoors. We're getting a nice break from that heat, and it's really just going to make this a wonderful weekend, even if you're not heading downtown. And let's start with the 2024 Wine and Spirits Festival. This is going to take you to Heartwood Acres. It's on Saturday, and there's going to be local wineries, local distilleries, all giving away samples. There'll be local food trucks, and all kind of other things to do as you experience Heartwood Acres. Just a beautiful location for events if you've never been out that way. And let's keep the outdoors going and celebrate our local gardens. We have 2 events also on Saturday that are doing just that. At Sweetwater Center for the Arts, they're having a Blooms Market. They're teaming up with Green Hen Farms and Two Little Blooms, and they're going to be offering locally grown flowers, handcrafted artwork, and other garden-related items, all while you connect with the community. So a great event there, and that's leading right into the Swissvale Edible Garden Tour. So this is a wonderful returning event that's going to let you go through private gardens. You're going to be able to meet those gardeners, connect to that community. If you're an aspiring gardener, you're sure to find inspiration there, and really just take advantage of walking around another beautiful Pittsburgh community if you haven't been out that way. And now, if you're into bigger conventions and you're looking for more to do, we have a great convention coming in this weekend called Techo. This is one of the biggest anime conventions in Pennsylvania. It'll bring people the world over. That's going to be some of the biggest guest appearances from iconic anime shows like Attack on Titan and Hunter x Hunter. There'll be panels, workshops, cosplay competitions, tons of local art and vendors, and so much for you to do at the David L. Lawrence Convention Center, and that's running all weekend. Hey, I'm already out of time. I gotta go. For more information, check out our blog at visitpittsburgh.com. Follow us all over social media to find everything going on in the 412 every week. Thanks, and see you next week.
Your energy. Yeah. Hi, my name's Adam. I'm from Aliquid Novi. This is a song called Menagerie. It's from an album that I will be releasing in August. You can find it on my Bandcamp. The easiest way to get there is check me out on Instagram, aliquid.novi. So here goes Menagerie. Watching up like a washing machine. You got a good face. Why you look mean? I get you pick up 600 degrees. Now I'm gonna fly
brighter day. So get it all together, get it all together, all together, all together. Get it all together, all together, all together. Get it all together, all together, all together. Get it all together. Get your beach ball hash brown. Hot summer, but I'm cool. Up and dive down, deep fried antidote. It's a palm tree, pop tree, melted candy, sticky heat. The streets waving at me, Coca-Cola cherry cream. See something like you and me. Wanna add one more to the menagerie. So get it all together. I got my passport, I got my own blood, I got my new guard, I got my passport, got my report card, I got my new blood, I got my old guard, I got my beach ball hash brown. Hot summer, but I'm cool. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gonna jump in, dive down, deep fried antidote. It's a palm tree, pop tree, melted candy, sticky heat. The streets waving at me, Coca-Cola cherry cream. You want it all life, you wanna backslide, you wanna poolside. You got your tongue tied. You want it all life. You wanna backslide. You want it poolside. I'm just a B-side.
Adam, thanks for. Yeah, second floor, the Alloy 26 will never be the same. This is John and Rachel with Jagoff Late Night. Got to thank Monica, Michaela, and Johnny for helping us out, and Johnny Angel for always being in the crowd.
And thanks for Rich Engler and Michael Young coming to talk about the HM3 Celebrity Care Fest. You need to check it out. Get tickets if you can. Melanie Marie Boyer, Executive Director at Pittsburgh Metropolitan Area Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and again, our musician. Check us out every Friday night. Thanks and have an amazing weekend.